Whoa.
Wow. Holy shit, the studio got warm.
It's like an oven.
Oh my god, why am I wearing flannel? This is a nightmare.
We did not prepare for this.
No, I am not dressed for... Oh, luckily I'm wearing a t-shirt here. Oh my god. Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm gonna take this hat off too. It's hot. We'll need these later, I think, though.
I think so. Our mission here is not yet done.
Well, great intro. Great intro.
Good job, Brian.
What?
Good job.
Thank you. Hello, welcome back to the 135th, I don't even know, episode of Good, Bad, or Bad, show us terrible movies and tell you if you should too. I'm your host, Mr. Brian Shilligo, joined once again in a slightly different location with a slightly different backdrop than normal.
Huh. Weird.
Keep your face, because the light, your mic is blocking the light a little bit.
Okay.
So keep your, there. Just don't go to that side.
You want to retry that?
No, it's fine.
All right.
It's everybody knows what's up. It's gonna be this is gonna be an interesting one. So we're live on location. Not live, but pre-recorded on location in Phoenix, Arizona.
It's for the set of Half-Life 3, right?
Yes. The reason for that will be clear eventually if people already haven't figured it out. So we're gonna ask you to do your best to forgive the mediocre video quality.
Yes.
The lighting. We packed what we could on a plane.
Our first time doing this remote, so
yeah, we're doing it remote. We brought everything we could, but we didn't. Obviously, couldn't bring full lighting setup on. It would have been too much gear. So we have little lights, and we're doing what we can. So we'll hope you can just.
Gonna hope this suffices.
Hope it suffices.
And hope that we can still bring the funny.
Yes. So, Kyle, we have, for this episode and the next episode, 2 Arizona shot and located films.
Brian,
that take place in Arizona.
What is the American Southwest known for? Aside from, cowboys.
Things like those mountains back there.
Yeah.
Cowboys and aliens?
What?
Apparently, I mean Roswell,
of course,
pretty famously. We have the 2007 film, The Salena Incident.
Also known as Alien. Was it Alien Arizona Invasion? Is his second title? Yeah.
Invasion Arizona, something like that. They were direct with the title. There's Salena Incident. Maybe
they knew what their bread and butter was.
Yes. So this is a 2007 film, 2.7 on IMDb. Kyle.
Hey, they're really making it work for him.
Directed by Dustin Reichert, who, if you look at his IMDb now, pretty much exclusively directs Hallmark Christmas movies. His most known for is all identical movie posters of women in red and men in green.
I wonder how many times he's worked with Dean Cain.
I know. I actually didn't check to see how many times he's worked with Dean Cain. So we open up in this movie in the opening shot is in space of a satellite, and I legit thought it was the production, a terrible production company intro, but no, it's the movie. I was like, oh no, we're on the movie. Oh, the graphics are great already. And then we cut, so we see we're in space, and then I think we see a spaceship, pretty sure. And then we cut down to a military base, and we see a guy get handed a classified folder.
The quality of actors that they found for this movie are
so good,
especially for elderly men who were very confused that they probably found in a retirement home.
Yeah,
and they were just like, "Hey, you want to be part of a movie?
You want to be in a movie?" And they were like, "Sure,
yeah, totally.
Why not?"
Shepard, report, Colonel.
NORAD called us last night to track a gray in the early morning hours.
Those guys look identical, by the way. These 2 military guys.
So I think the older one, who I'm assuming is supposed to be the general or the higher up,
the higher one,
is clearly having geriatric problems.
Oh man, but I love the classified folder. Is they didn't even try. It's a printed out. Like they typed classified in like Times New Roman.
Put it on an envelope
and glued it
on a folder.
You can't get a stamp that says come on, it is not that hard to get a stamp that says classified. But these guys too, they look identical. It's fantastic. But they're like, hey, we have a situation, and then they deploy a SEAL team or something.
Yes, because wasn't there a ship that was descending towards the planet?
Yes, and then I think it might have even crashed.
Yeah,
it might have crashed. Yeah, and then we cut to a special ops team being deployed into the
very reminiscent of Digital Man.
Yes,
in a lot of ways.
Actually, yeah, absolutely. And they're going into these mines, which is where I hope bugs aren't going to be. We're outside. This is the first time filming outside. Too.
Yeah,
I just realized.
Crazy.
You're going to hear.
You guys can hear all nature and stuff.
Yeah,
there's going to be coyotes.
It's going to be all kinds of stuff. It's going to be wild.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
But so they're deploying into these mines, and they have night vision goggles, and I thought they were the Ecto goggles from Ghostbusters. Yes. Like they looked exactly like the goggles.
Did they ever have like night vision, night like the typical green night vision?
Like the shot?
I don't think I remember seeing it.
No, they didn't even use that shot, like a first-person green night vision shot. At least I don't remember there being one.
I guess they got their pre-rendered spaceship falling out of the sky. Yeah. They were like, that's enough for special effects.
And they. One of my other favorite things is, sorry, I'm going to keep adjusting. I keep seeing my shot, and I'm going to make sure this tries to look as good as possible.
Yes.
So they're in mines. They're in like a mine shaft, like an old abandoned mines. And one of my favorite things is one of the guys we see. I think he's the new guy, like the ensign or whatever. I can't remember his name, but
Ensign Ricky.
Whatever. He's carrying they're in. I need to reiterate, an old abandoned mine shaft. Kyle. He has a grenade.
Yes,
launcher.
He has a goddamn noob tube.
He does. He has a noob tube. And I was like, that seems like a terrible idea.
And you would, like mid-range combat, sure. Short range, that'd be the ideal situation. Maybe you just opt for sidearms.
Yeah.
But full-on arsenal explosives?
In a mine. A mine. Yeah, why in the world?
And they call it a mine. A mine.
And they call it a mine. Why would you use a grenade launcher? Now, to be fair, he never uses it. He does put it away and pull a pistol out, but he does have a grenade launcher. So they're starting investigating these mines, and they immediately encounter aliens and start getting eaten. We see a guy get drugged down a mine shaft.
But they are tasteful. The filmmakers are tasteful in regard to they never show you too much.
No.
Which benefits this movie significantly.
Yes.
Until they don't have a choice.
Yes. So this opening part, we get like a guy drugged down a hallway, which they have a rope tied to his foot or whatever, and that sort of thing. So we don't see anything here, but it gets a little chaotic and edited weird. Where at the end, a guy like blows himself up with a grenade.
What?
I didn't even know why.
I know. I saw that. I was like, there was nothing like precedent that you're like, I have to sacrifice myself.
Yeah, we don't even get a setup of like why he thinks that's necessary.
I mean, that happens later for better reasons.
Yes. But I was like, did he just blow himself up? I don't know why that was happening or what happened before. He just, all of a sudden we get a cut of him like hugging a grenade and exploding. I was like, okay. And then we get our opening credits. That was our like cold open kind of, our action cold open. And his opening credits, I was like, Kyle, it's 2007. Why do these opening credits look like a kids TV show from 1998? It's terrible. They look terrible. They look terrible.
I have no words for it.
Yeah, they're so bad.
You could go into like 2007, like Master Collection S3 at the time. You could make better graphics.
Yeah, it's wild. And then we get a newscast, and again I was like, "What?
Oh my god, the newscast is amazing!"
It's 2007. Why does this newscast look like it's from the early 90s?
Aliens. Do these little green men actually exist? Our very own Rock Sanders has an exclusive interview.
Is so much worse than Lenny G with News Today.
This location is one of the primary locations where a lot of bikers have been hanging out at.
It really is. It's really fucking terrible. It's so bad. And then and he just talks about, I don't even remember what I don't even remember what they introduced on the newscast.
It's some sort of like meteor, I think. Or
that's the crash landing of the alien.
It's not like they know it's an alien. They just know like something hit.
Right. And then we're cut to Arizona State Penitentiary.
Yes.
And we're introduced to what we find out what this movie actually is. And we'll get there in a second.
Have a ragtag bunch of prisoners.
And Kyle, did you realize who our our protagonist is? So we're introduced to a bunch of like corrections officers. What?
Was it Stargate or was it something space related?
No.
Okay.
No. So we're introduced to like these corrections officers, and then the third corrections officer that shows up, and I'm trying to remember his name. Kevin is our main guy.
Yeah.
And that guy is played by...
He does look suspiciously like Steven Dorff.
He's Death Hunter. The vampire guy from Death Hunter. The Blade guy. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're right.
It's him, 100%. I looked it up and
it's a movie set in the desert.
Yeah. He must be Arizona based.
Yes.
I guess he's Arizona based. But yeah, he's Death Hunter. But he's a nice corrections officer. The other guys are jerks, but he's a nice guy. Like he's a good corrections officer.
Wasn't meant to be. Someone better looking got the job. And your girl too.
These characters, God damn it. These characters are so one-dimensional.
Yeah.
That you would have no problem fitting them through goddamn mail slots. They're that one-dimensional.
They're incredibly one-dimensional. We have our two jerk corrections officers. Then we get a montage introduction of all of our convicts. And there's like 4 of them, I think, roughly. And we
they're all death row, or
I can't remember if they're on death row or not, but they're all just like bad guys.
There's the mob one who he buries bodies. That's his job. He's the cleanup guy.
Yeah, he's like the main guy. Eventually, we find out he's like kind of the brains of the operation.
There is
the Nazi guy. There's a guy who's in the Aryan
guy who's literally
Brotherhood.
just a skinhead.
Yeah, and then we get the guy who is. We find out later he's in for a gang shootout. Like he killed some people in the gang shootout, and there's some backstory. We find out about that later. And then there's
I forget what the
other guy. I don't know what his deal is. He's just a different guy.
Is he a killer?
I don't remember. I think they all are. I think they've all killed people, but I don't remember like what his specific deal is, like what he did.
That's Alana Martinez. He is a deadly SOB. Weapon of choice is a knife, but he prefers to use his hands, so we got to keep our eye on this one.
But
we're gonna like
his
rattlesnake's gonna like
the Lord. His more identifiable thing, aside from like the flowing hair and whatnot, is the fact that he took a Sharpie and decided to like draw his cross on his prison undershirt.
Yeah. And he does. Oh, he's good with a knife. Yes. That guy, because we get a sweet montage of him like spinning a knife. He's like, I was like, oh, great, fantastic. And so I will say that initially I was like, this is at least a fun premise, so that they're transporting these convicts somewhere from one prison to another or something on a bus. And I was like, okay, so we're gonna get a bus full of convicts, the guards, and this hot doctor lady who we haven't talked about yet, who gets introduced. She's like hot doctor. And they're going to get attacked by aliens in the desert. So it's basically, and this is what the movie basically ends up being, Con Air meets aliens, which is not a terrible idea for a premise. Yeah. Like if you're going to do a stupid premise, that's at least an interesting.
The bonnet down.
Yeah, it's at least an interesting premise.
But I'll give them writing. I'll give them credit with writing this. Is that yes, the characters are one dimensional, but at least they put forth the effort in making them characteristically different.
Yeah,
to the point like they're identifiable. It's just like No Contest, where you have identifiable villains who all have not so much like their key benefit to the team,
right? But they at least have a thing. Yeah, they have a thing. It's their only thing, but it's a thing. It's at least. A thing. It's at least a thing. So they're heading out on the bus, and then we have this little cut-in scene, and I just want to talk about it because I want you to cut in the line where it's like a farmer. This old farmer guy's like walking into it. He's like going into his garage or something, and he's in his garage and like,
holy shit.
Holy shit!
holy shit. It's the most like boring
so
delivery.
incredibly delivered.
Yeah, it's so great. I had to have that one. Then we cut back to the bus, and we have a whole bunch of conversations between all our convicts, and it's all ADR. Oh, go ahead.
Why we have to have a hot doctor lady there? Because our Aryan Brotherhood member,
yeah, that guy. He
has a heart condition,
some sort of heart condition, which they talk about later.
Sharing.
I can't remember what it's called, but I did write it down at one point.
So he has to have medication, or he's just he
has to routinely get some sort of medication, or else he'll just die.
Yeah,
basically.
Cardiomyopathy using dirty needles.
And so they're heading through the desert, and all of this dialogue in the back of this bus between all the convicts is completely ADR, and it's all terrible.
They couldn't record it on location because they're in a moving vehicle.
A moving vehicle, yeah. And like there's one point where the Aryan Brotherhood guy, I think, says something to the black guy, and the inflection, the Aryan Brotherhood's guy's delivery is all so terrible and like up and down. It's so weird,
and none of it matches in post.
No,
none of it
at
matches
all.
in the ADR.
No, not at all.
I ain't helping you, bitch.
You couldn't help a dog.
What did you say?
I said you couldn't help a dog.
Cardiomyopathy is what?
Which is actually a heart attack.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Cardiomyopathy is actually death of heart muscle.
Oh, okay. So his heart muscles are dying, I guess.
But they say it's a weakness to the point like it's what a heart attack does.
Yeah. So they say it's from using like dirty needles. That's how he.
Don't quote me on that.
Kyle coming out with the science takes again.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah. So they start treating on him, and then we cut back and we get a little cutaway where we find out that not all of our soldiers in the beginning scene died. There's one guy who survived,
who just happens to be the captain.
Yes, he's like the main guy, the captain. He survived. And then we cut back to the bus, and this is where we introduce this ridiculous tech that totally does not exist.
No, it's so
she has
bizarre.
a Palm Pilot.
Yes.
That can read a person's genetic makeup in like seconds.
Well, we broke the human genome, so obviously we can just literally take all your
single drop of blood and it just sequences it in a second on my Palm Pilot.
I can scan his genetic makeup in seconds.
You lost me.
I mean, are you sure you're not just checking his blood sugar?
I was like, that's a tricorder. You have a tricorder. Like, that's not a thing that we have. It's ridiculous. You know, this light kind of looks like we're sitting around a campfire, Kyle. If it was flickering. It would look
flickering with an orange glow.
Yeah. Oh, man.
We're expert filmmakers, by the way.
It's been a long day. We got up at 3 a.m. to catch a flight. So
Lord.
We're filming this at the end of the day. I just want to go to bed. We get this great moment where one of the bad guys, I think it's the guy with the knife, I don't remember any of their names.
He sneaks a nail, like
he does, but he paws at the doctor while she's walking by, and our good guy Kevin Porter or whatever. Yeah, our good guy Kevin pulls his shotgun out and points it in his chest. He goes, "Do not mistake my mercy for weakness."
God,
don't mistake my mercy for weakness.
Jesus.
Great line. It's a great line. It's a fucking great line.
That is a line that I feel would be in Death Hunter, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a line that absolutely would be in
absolutely, yeah. But I think I don't know where he got the nail from. He like stole it from her or something. It doesn't make
he got it from the prison yard or something.
Oh, okay. So he just had it. I thought that was implied that like when he grabbed her, he took it from her. But I was like, why did she have a nail? That doesn't make I don't think that's what it is.
But he's able to pick the lock to handcuffs with a nail.
Yeah, with a giant nail.
Yeah,
like,
it's gauged huge.
Yeah, it's a huge ass nail, and he just picks a lock with it. It's like,
okay.
I don't think so. And then we get a flat tire. The bus gets a flat tire, and they pull over, and they go out to start working on the flat tire, and these two random hot ladies show up. What?
The ask in this situation for what's about to transpire is fucking insane.
It's so ridiculous.
So they are claiming that they have engine trouble.
Yes.
And they are acting very, let's say, catty towards our prison guards.
Flirty. They're being very flirtatious towards the prison guards. There's and then one of our convicts hangs out the bus and yells, "Oh, mama, bring that over here, baby."
Oh, mama.
mama, bring that over here, baby. Oh, please, baby. Oh, come on, oh, daddy's been lonely, baby. Oh, come here. Oh.
But the older, the mustachioed prison guard, has decided she wants to check out his gun.
She's like, wow, your gun's so big and hard.
So big. Do you think that you could show me how to hold it?
Damn genius.
Yeah, he gives her the gun.
He gives her the gun.
He hands her the gun. He's like, here, you want to aim it? And then he stands behind her and is like showing her how to shoot it. And she turns around and pulls the gun on him. It's like, haha, gotcha. And meanwhile, our other girl pulls like a shotgun out of their car or something.
I think the other prison guard had a shotgun.
Oh, and she steals it from him.
He put it next to the vehicle so he could look at it under the hood. And
yeah. And she grabs the shotgun. So now they have the guns and they turn it on our guys. And now turns out we find out that the
mafia
guy, which I can't remember his name. I have it written down eventually. He masterminded this whole thing, and the girls are there with him. Brando, that's it. Who 100% this guy. They cast this role for Michael Madsen.
Yes, 100%.
And couldn't get Michael Madsen, which is impressive that you couldn't get Michael Madsen because that motherfucker will be in anything.
Shark season?
Yeah, he'll be in anything.
You get him an Airbnb, and he doesn't have to leave that house for anything. Oh boy,
that's true. He was like, I have to go to the desert and sit in the desert. No, thank you.
Can I just like run comms or something?
Yeah, right. Can I be the guy in the military guy in the beginning back in the office? So now they have all of our guys like at gunpoint, but one of the mustachio guy, I think, has like a Derringer in his boot.
Well, no, he grabs one of the girls and threatens her with a taser.
Oh yeah,
and then he gets knocked away from her and then gets shot and then pulls out the Derringer.
Pulls like a
Derringer. Why didn't you pull the Derringer first?
I don't know, man. Yeah,
you're gonna threaten somebody with
a taser.
I mean, it's 50,000 volts.
Yeah,
it's less lethal.
Less
lethal. But like you have something far more threatening.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't make any sense. It was like, oh, he had another gun this whole time, but he pulls out that other gun and then just immediately gets blown away.
Yes, the amount of squibs they use on him is basically
all of them. Yeah, it's all of them. Yeah,
because nobody else really gets shot throughout.
Other than aliens, which we'll talk about. And then we got to cut back real quick back to the mines to find out that our mastermind guy or the captain he's now walking through the mines and he comes across that rookie guy from earlier who is a fucking zombie.
Yes, he gets effectively possessed or something, because like the aliens can like get control of like their thoughts, their memories and stuff like that, make them act like a human. In these movies, act like a human, and convince people that they're human. I guess
they have like
for this
black
guy,
eyes though.
Yeah, for this guy, he particularly sucks at. But
he just immediately tries to bite him or eat him, and our guy murders
the hell out of him.
Murders him immediately, and he doesn't even try to fit. Like the guy like turns on him and attacks him, and then our guy is immediately like goes and finds a shovel and shoves it through his chest. And I was like, he didn't even try to see what was wrong with him. But all right, fair enough. And then.
But if you don't want to pay for extras in your movie, Brian, what do you need to do? You vacate.
You vacate the town.
Yeah, vacate the town.
You make the town an abandoned mining town. Mm-hmm. They roll into Salena, which is what the name of the movie is this little abandoned mining town, and it's empty. And they're looking for his brother. Brando's brother is supposed to be meeting them there. Yeah, supposed to be meeting him there. Hello. It's supposed to be. I'm sure you can hear that. It's very loud. It's fine. It'll stop.
Right.
And if it doesn't, it just adds ambiance, Kyle.
Yeah, exactly. Look, we're communing with nature.
Oh my god, I can't decide. I can't tell if I'm getting bit by bugs or not. And I don't.
I'm glad I wore these pants.
I have to figure out if I have bug spray somewhere because I already got eaten by bugs a week ago, and I can't do it again. They have sex in an alley. Doesn't really matter. Yeah. Alley sex. It was like the alley sex. The only kind of the second worst sex, only to beach sex in terms of like terrible places to have sex. And then
one of our girls, you don't see it, but she becomes.
Oh, she gets infected. Yeah. And that happens off camera. But meanwhile, our prison guards get away. They have escaped. They were being watched by some of the other guys while Michael Madsen was trying to go find his brother. You're so loud. You're so loud. Kyle, that's not going to stop it.
I was hoping it would scare it.
It's not going to. It's fine. It'll go away. Hopefully.
I hurt my hands.
Yeah, stop. But I love they are when our it left. Yay. When our guys get when they escape the prison guards, they're like, oh no, they're gone, and we get this cut to them, and like hard rock music starts playing, and you think it's gonna be like a badass moment, but it's just them hobbling down a bridge.
Exactly. I don't know what this bridge is, but they highlighted the shit out of it in this filmmaking.
Yeah.
Like multiple shots of just like, here's this bridge.
This bridge. It's like a location they had access to. And then so they I don't remember what this quote is in context to, but at one point one of the guys goes,
either get busy looking or get busy running now.
Get busy looking or get busy running. Oh, I think one of the convicts says it to the other convict.
Yeah, because they need to find
the prison guards. Yeah. And he says, get busy looking or get busy running. And I was like, oh, great. And I looked up to see like if that was originally a show, like get busy living or get busy dying, which clearly the referencing here. And I was like, I was wondering if that line originated in Shawshank or came from something else. And it originated in Shawshank. But the thing that blew my mind is when I looked that up, that quote, the first autocomplete for that quote was get busy living or get busy dying meaning. And I'm like, that's not a complicated line.
Yeah. It's very direct.
Yeah. I was like, that's not okay. Whatever you say. And then they, my only thought was that maybe for like non-native English speakers trying to understand what it meant, but otherwise I had no idea why you would need to look up what that meant. Then, so they're hiding inside this building.
Yes, this just decrepit building.
Yeah, and one of our guys walks in, and we get this shot where he walks up and looks over a counter. But if he would have looked 3 inches further, he would have seen the woman hiding behind, but he doesn't. And then they leave, and the doctor stands up and looks every direction in the room except for where our guy is.
Yeah,
who just immediately jumps out and grabs her.
Got her. But we get into a situation where they get captured again.
Yeah.
Everybody's at gunpoint. And then our good with the knives guy decides he's had enough of waiting for Brando to figure out how to get them out of there. And he just is at this point, he just says, screw it, and then opens that door.
Yeah.
No human did this. No animal could ever make those marks. Then what? An alien from outer space came and took the whole fucking town away.
And then he just gets wrecked.
Is that what? Oh,
pretty sure it's about where we're at.
Oh, so they're gonna kill one of the guards because they capture everybody at this point, and they're gonna kill one of the guards. But then they find a hand, and it's Vincent's hand because it has the ring. Yeah, they share the same ring as his brother. And all the convicts immediately like turn on each other in this moment because they're like, "Oh, what the fuck's going on?" Blah blah blah, and they all pull guns on each other. And then randomly, immediately, one dude just gets eaten by a tentacle monster.
Yes, he gets legs drawing in, blood through the door. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And then he gets pulled. And then one of the other guards walks through a door.
They tell the injured guard, go look and see what happened.
See what happened to him. But he walks through this door, and he gets wrapped around the neck and pulled, and they go and grab him. That's what I was like, please, 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 please pull him back, and his head is gone. And they did me one better, Kyle.
That.
They did me one better.
They took out his entire upper torso.
Yes, his entire torso is gone. And it just brings legs back. It's incredible. It's so good.
Oh, that was refreshing.
What? Yeah, I know. Refreshing. Whenever there's a breeze, it's really nice. And Kyle, I really think that what the writer was trying to do here is tell a story about the stagnation and the slow death of industry in small town America and how that exacerbates crime among the working class, who then externalize that blame onto an invading force, the aliens in this case, rather than the actual problem, the absurd wealth inequality caused by decades of exploitation. Or they just thought, what if Con Air but aliens? It's one of the two. I think it's the second one. I'm pretty sure it's the second one. Pretty sure it's just the second one.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Fantastic.
All right. Give me 1 sec. I got to find some bug spray.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm sure this looks great. I'm sure it doesn't look like shit.
Brian's an old man. This is his retirement home.
So yeah, when he got his torso ripped off, I was like, this movie's kind of awesome. It's not good, but I kind of loved that. In the arms of the angel. So then at one point at 51 minutes in, we get this, we're running down this hallway to escape the alien. And they're running down this hallway to escape the alien. And they're running down, and we keep getting this point of view shot of the alien, and it's like right behind them. But then it's a plane. But then we get the reverse shot of down the hallway, and there's no alien behind them. But we get a point of view, anyways.
No,
but then Kyle,
they keep closing the door just in time.
Finally, we get to see the alien.
Oh my god!
And Kyle, I'm gonna let this plane finish, and then we're gonna talk about what the alien fucking looks like. Please go away. It's good enough. Kyle.
Nailed it.
It looks like they got somebody in a fucking latex bodysuit that was in the middle of going to an orgy. And
they went to a Halloween themed orgy. They were in a gimp suit and they had on an alien mask.
Yes, it's so amazing. I love the alien so much.
I'm gonna copyright that idea for a movie. Alien space orgy.
Alien space orgy. I guarantee that exists already, Kyle. Oh boy. But then we also, as they get chased into one of the rooms, so we see that alien and it looks like something. Then they get chased into a room and we see this little tentacle that looks like almost like a Tremors tentacle monster. It's very strange.
It's like their tongues that whip around.
Yeah. And then we have this great classic scene where the Nazi guy got bit and he's bleeding to death.
Yes.
And the only guy whose blood matches is the black guy. And he's like, and then neither of them want that. They're like, nope. But then they got to learn to grow together. And he gives him his blood, and then
stronger together. Because
I can't be in debt to a black man.
Believe me, man. Ain't nothing from you I won't.
So classic. Yes. Such a great scene. And then Brando stumbles across a very naked and very sweaty Gia.
Yes. His
girlfriend, who he had sex with earlier.
And she turns to him.
Yeah.
After complaining about being hot and not feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so hot in there. I just have to get away. I'm so glad you're here, baby. I need you.
Her eyes are black.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun,
black
dun.
eyes. Dun, like a doll's eyes.
She's an alien now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she eats him. I can't remember. Oh yeah, she does, but we don't see it happen. We cut away at first. Mm-hmm. Then randomly the doctor got some of the alien's DNA and was able to analyze it with her Palm Pilot.
No
fucking way. No way.
That thing is designed for the human genome.
It's already bullshit doing it with humans.
Yes.
But
to do it with a species that is completely
alien?
Yeah. It's
nonsense. It's nonsense.
But she is able to deduce that its metabolism is 10 times faster than that of a human.
Yeah.
Which is why it needs to feed all the time.
Yeah.
Its metabolism is 10 times that of human beings. That's why it has to feed so much. It's addicted to the salt in our bodies.
As to why it is flying around in a spaceship.
That's a good question. Oh, well, we find out why.
Yeah.
We'll find out why. I actually like that reveal. I thought that was interesting, but we'll get there in a minute. We also find out in this moment that Colburn, who's the guy who was the gang in the gang shooting, we find out his name's Colburn. We find out he didn't actually do it.
No, he took the fall
for his younger brother.
Yes. He didn't do it. Shut up! He didn't kill those people. Fucking innocent.
Because he didn't want his brother to go to prison for the rest of his life. And that'll become relevant later, kind of. Then we cut back, and now Gia is just munching down on Michael Madsen's body, just eating him up.
And Death Hunter walks in there and is like, "Hey,
you guys are into some just weird shit. I'm gonna leave you to it. I'm gonna leave you to that." And then the captain just shows up out of nowhere,
takes command.
You want to stay here and die? You suit yourself.
He's like, "We're getting out of here, guys. I'm saving the day." Yeah. And then a fucking alien bursts out of Gia's head, which is incredible.
Like they kill her, and then an alien pops out
of her skull, and they shoot that alien. It's fantastic. Then we cut back to the military base, and I have to talk about this scene.
My God.
We cut back to the military.
Every scene with the military base is so bad.
Good. But this little scene, they cut back, and the fucking one of the generals, the identical looking old white guy generals with glasses, gets a telegram. Kyle, it's 2007. He gets a telegram.
It better have been a singing telegram.
It says telegram at the top from the president.
Yes.
That says, "Threat to human existence, destroy all."
Yes.
What? A telegram. Yeah, that's how the president does that order, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure. So then they have to get there. They had been locked up in this room, but now Gia's dead, Brando's dead. They got to get out of there. So they're like, "We got to." The captain's like, "I came through these tunnels."
It's unbeknownst to them that they're just gonna nuke the shit out of.
Yes, they don't know this yet. They find that out soon. But they go. He's like, I came through these tunnels. We can escape through those tunnels and get out of town. Moth, you got a little moth friend. Look at that. Oh, Kyle, you're like a Disney princess. Oh, he's coming to say.
You're like a Disney princess.
Oh God.
But
so they start rolling down this hallway to get to the tunnels, just shooting puppets. Shooting so many puppets. It's incredible.
And obviously, this is the point of the movie. It's like, okay, we can't shut down these streets anymore.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to basically shoot the rest of this in tight quarters.
Yeah.
With very limited lighting.
Yes, absolutely. It's fantastic. So they get to the trap door. To get down to the tunnels, and right as they get to the tunnels, this alien pops up, and he's different than any other alien we've seen so far. He reminded me of the devil from the end of Rock and Roll Nightmare. He has like those spindly arms that are like it's fantastic. Oh God. And at this point, I was like, why is every alien different, Kyle? Because what I realized, and I thought might have been the case, is that they went, we find out
story-wise why they're different.
My thought.
But production-wise, is somebody was like, "Hey, I got a bunch of alien props.
Ton of aliens, just so many random aliens. You want them?
Yeah, yeah, let's do it."
And they're like, "Sure, we'll write a movie around having a million different alien like puppets and props."
Yeah, either the rental place they were going for these props was like, "Hey, yeah, we don't have 5 of the same thing, but we have 5 different ones."
Yeah, it's fantastic. So they get down into the tunnels. As they're walking through the tunnels, they stumble across a slide, and they like slide down. Yes. It's so stupid.
It separates the team just long enough to kill somebody,
just to kill a couple of people. It splits them up. The whole ending in the tunnels is so confusingly edited. I could not figure out what the fuck was going on. The other girl gets killed by an alien. We get the classic upside down. Oh, and then after that, we get the classic upside down alien reveal, like where the doctor turns around and the alien head is behind her, like hanging from the ceiling face to face. It's pretty great. I loved that moment. Then we get this great shot where our guys run down a tunnel. It's like this round tunnel, and then we get this sped up, flipped upside down shot of the aliens crawling, so it looks like they're on the ceiling, but it's the guys in the latex bodysuits, like
nightmare fuel.
So stupid. I will give them this: they at least did a good enough job that they didn't just simply flip the footage because there are lights on the right side of the shot, and they stay on the right side of the shot for both our humans running and the aliens running on the ceiling. Because if it was a really bad, like shitty job, they just would have flipped the footage and the lights would have been on the other side. But they didn't. They at least went that far.
They probably like went going one way.
They probably just masked it and
I don't think they asked.
Oh yeah.
So they did it going one way,
then they turned around and
did the other way, but then flipped it. So
yeah, you're
the lights
probably right.
matched.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. Then at one point, as they get into this big room and the Nazi grabs something off a desk, we find out later it's a grenade, I think, or a bomb of some sort.
It's
I thought it was
fuel
like
of some sort.
Oh yeah, okay, something like that.
He's got a lighter and fuel.
Yeah, but then this is where we get the big reveal. They find this spaceship, the crashed remains of this spaceship in the tunnels, and it turns out this fucking alien spaceship speaks English, Kyle.
Not only does it speak English, it understands the rank of captain.
Yeah. What is that nonsense? Whatever.
Captain John Bradley. What the hell is going on around here?
Captain John Bradley, United States Marines Special Forces.
And not only that, it also reveals information to literally whoever speaks to it.
Yeah, anybody who talks to it, it's like, oh yeah, sure. It's just like our guy walks up and it's like, hey, tell me what's going on, and it explains that it was a prison ship.
Yes,
and that all of the
Welcome. We're currently in a Class 5 starship used for incarceration transfer of the following: Sycophant Leech, Homeworld, Kellen Planet.
It's a prison transport.
So we have this parallel here. We have our convicts who are being transported on the bus, and then we have our convict space aliens, and that explains why they're all different, because they're from all over the galaxy.
Do you think the alien convicts were also having like come together moments where they were putting aside their differences to survive?
That would have been great if we had a cutaway and the aliens are all like in a room fighting with each other, and then one of them's like, mur, 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 mur. And then they like, okay, and like they like hug it out, and then they like start working together. Yeah. Oh shit. I also just figured out in this moment that Colburn, his last name is Whalen.
Yes, because their very first name was Whalen the whole time.
Yeah, but or Whalen, but like Whalen Yutani, like alien. Yeah,
that's what the nose thing was for.
Yeah, it's spelled different, but whatever. It's close enough. It's clearly a reference.
Yes.
So then we get to the end, and now they're running, and they got to get out of these tunnels. They have overheard that a bomb is coming, that they're going to bomb the tunnels or the whole city or whatever.
Aryan dude is like, all right, look, my leg is jacked.
I can't get out of here.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, he's like,
so I'm just going to buy you guys
sacrifice my life, and he blows himself up.
In an amazing off-screen, very, very low sound explosion.
Yes.
Like you almost couldn't tell anything happened.
Come and get me. There's numerous times. There's another time earlier where they're in that room, and I think it's when Gia is eating Madsen or something, where we cut back to them in that room, and I think it's supposed to be gunshots, but it does not sound like gunshots. No. There's several times where off camera sound effects are like just not even there. It's terrible.
Stay with him.
But they all get out of there just in time for a pretty impressive explosion.
They just outrun the explosion.
Yes.
The tunnels start blowing up and our people are just like, doo, 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 and they just outrun the explosions and survive. And I really thought they were going to like call it off and not bomb the town, or like, our captain was going to get to some sort of comms. Nope. They just blow up the whole fucking town, but our guys just get away in time. And then they're like, oh, it's a shame Colburn died in that explosion. Wink, wink. Because now he can be free because he didn't actually.
Well, I thought he was going to join the military thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but it's not.
It's like
he walks off with the captain.
You're going to have slight issues with that.
Yeah.
Namely, the fact that like they have to have records of you in the military.
Yeah.
And the second they're going to be like, oh, you're convicted of a homicide.
Yeah, I think the idea is that maybe the captain was going to like go AWOL because he was like, screw this is bullshit. Like they were going to blow me up.
What, they become the A team?
Oh my God, what a fun twist that would be if they ended up just being the A team. I like that. Oh God. And then we get to the end and we get this the general again. He's now in a suit and he gets a call and he's like, I agree. This was an unfortunate incident.
I agree. This was an unfortunate incident. We won't be able to keep this charade up much longer.
And I was really hoping that we were going to get a reveal that he was an alien the whole time.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
100% that's what should have happened. But no.
We just get somebody who puts a file that just says a Salena Incident
and then we fly out to space and close on an outer space shot of the aliens leaving. And I think it was supposed to be that he was on the phone with the aliens, maybe? I don't know. Who cares? Kyle, look, I don't know. This movie is not good.
No,
but I kind of loved it.
It was Jawsy in a way that it approached the alien up until they didn't have a choice.
Yes, and I kind of loved how terrible the aliens were. I would say this is good bad. Personally, I would.
I can see that. I'm on the fence with it myself.
It's also very short.
Yes.
It's like an hour and 15 or 20 minutes. It's very short. It has so much bullshit in it. I wasn't bored watching it.
No.
And I thought the acting was good enough at times to
well, of course,
push it through.
They had Death Hunter.
Death Hunter himself.
Brian, it's art.
It's art, Kyle.
It's art.
Oh, so that's gonna do it for this very special episode.
It's very dark
episode. Very dark episode. I think we're gonna have to film the other episode tomorrow morning, maybe, because it's too dark.
Wow.
So anyways, that's going to do it for this very special 135th episode of Good, Bad, or Bad Bad. You can do us a giant favor by heading over to patreon.com/GBorBB. Support us for $2, $5, $15, or whatever the amounts are.
Yes.
And help us out a ton. We always are super thankful when people do that. A moth died in the pool. Or that might be a leaf. I think it's a leaf.
Okay.
We love anybody that can support us. It's super fantastic. You can also follow us on social media. What would I normally say here?
TeePublic.
TeePublic.com.
Support us at TeePublic.
Get some merch. Neither of us are wearing the merch. I'm wearing a Buc-ee's, which I think they're around here, right? Texas. Close.
Buc-ee's is pretty cool.
Whoever.
We're not getting paid for them.
No, not at all. But your Patreon dollars and your support allows us to do cool things like this, like fly to Arizona to do things, which we can't
discuss yet. It is super, super cool though, and you guys will love it.
And it's all because of fantastic viewers and supporters like you. So thank you all very much. We love you, and we'll see you on next week's episode or 2 weeks episode, which is the same movie again. Until that time, keep watching movies.
Especially the Salena Incident. Whoa!
I'm gonna jump in the pool. Edit in a splash sound effect.